Alright, what is the title of this video going to be? I don't know. It's going to be a Tribrid Battle Royal, which is going to be going on. I've got, I believe, 12 in total. There's some others behind me. 2 AEWs, Canary, and a Halcyon, not sure. Hyla Sarda, JQ, Hua Jang, EJ07, Shure Conductor, Thea Audio, Clairvoyance, Thea Audio, Monarch, Canara Balder, and I'm sure I've got 2 or 3 more. I gotta take a look. So I'm gonna do take 6, and I'm gonna compare them, whittle them down to 2 that I think are very good, and then I'm gonna take the other group of 6 and do the same thing and come up with 4, because that's the best I can do is 4 at one time. And I'm gonna move away from scripting out the music I listen to pre-printed like I've been doing about the past month. That seems organized, but it's unnatural actually for me. I usually listen to music and then I kind of go to the other and I write it down as I go. That seems to be the more natural flow, so I might actually do that with this, and then of course listen to everything that follows with the same music. I feel restricted with that print, so I'd freedom. Also the topping A90, I have the RME ADI 2 DAC FS that I use as my evaluator. It's got all kinds of stuff. It's like a little computer, but I don't use it that much. I just use it straight up, straight out. So all of its bells and whistles are kind of a little bit wasted on me because I can't do EQ with IEMs because I'm supposed to be evaluating them as they come out of the box. And that's kind of expensive. I paid for that. I think it was $1,500 to $1,700 that I paid for that. And that's too rich for some of my viewers, but they would like to maybe sometimes, instead of earphones, migrate to other gear that's reasonable. And this is the A90 by Topping. It's approximately the same size. It's got balanced XLR. It's also got 4.4 balance, which is very cool, and then also single end. It's got the 3 gains, RCA or XLR. I'm going to put this RCA on the other computer that used to be in my videos about 2 months ago, the black one. That's behind me at another desk with basically a copy of the whole thing, except the monitor's 34 inches, like wraparound style, because this is 55 and this is really hard to look at for a long period of time. It's cool for what I'm using it for. Easy to view. That's not it. There we go. So that I can talk about stuff, and also when I'm listening, it's easy for me to be like, oh, what was that album? And then boom, get on it, go for it. So it's got a purpose, but that's the only thing I do is the reviews on this, or listening, and I turn the monitor up because it's like it blows heat in my face. It's 55 inches of warm, and it's very hot in Japan right now. So I'm going to put this on the other PC and start playing with it. Evaluation of the Tribrids will be done on the RME. Other stuff I'll be listening to with this because I don't know it yet. I think the difference probably is mostly going to be in the background sound, the low balance, left, right, and when the very low volume. Sometimes it's very sensitive. When you just turn up the volume, you can kind of catch an imbalance. Not on this or on that, but sometimes. Also maybe sound, some kind of hissing or some kind of something. That RME is black. I've gotten so spoiled by this thing. Again, it's a computer pretty much. Its ability to do shit, and I don't use most of it. This is pretty simple, but the input, I'm going to go RCA, and the gain, I need to know a set of headphones that's really hard to drive and isn't super expensive. So you guys can give me a rec for that underneath this video, because I need to push stuff. That's going to be one of the criteria for this, because everybody knows evaluating DACs, you'd be more, the low pass filters and the way that stuff's laid out might give some flavor to something, but it's not quite as clear cut as earphones where, oh, that bass is up, or those mids are scooped, or that treble's ripping my fucking skin off. That's clear and easy, and it can be backed up by a frequency graph. These are a little bit different, so one of the parameters got to be like drivability. I assume most of them can push hard stuff, but I might as well get something really hard to push, so let me know. This looks quite nice. So this will be coming up, the topping A90, and then also a super Tribrid battle that's got to be broken down into 6, and then another group of 6, and then the 2 best from each side, and then just this guy's opinion about which one's doing it best. They're all, none of them to this point, I haven't opened one of them. The EST is really like 2020's thing, you know what I mean? And I think beryllium is kind of becoming like the end of the years thing. If the first 6 months was Tribrids and it's continuing, then beryllium is like the next thing, because everybody's grabbing onto that years later. I don't know why it's becoming a thing now. It's always been known to be good for putting a little bit of energy in the low frequency and not getting the penalty in the mids because of its technical prowess. A good use of technicalities right there. So topping A90, super Tribrid battle coming up, and I'm out.